Dear all, Autism Learning Materials Supermarket is an autism community project implemented by NBAI, AI for Autism, Job for Autism, and Mr. Duong Lam to provide authentic and updated 24/7 documents thanks to artificial intelligence for parents with children with autism and related disorders, specialized teachers, inclusive teachers, and therapists. Today, we would like to introduce video N0.19, AI, Autism, and New Voice.
Today, we're diving into a really fascinating intersection of technology and therapy. We're going to explore how artificial intelligence, AI, is literally opening up new doors for communication, especially for some children with autism.
So, this all boils down to one central question, really. How can technology actually help a child find their voice? I mean, think about that. It's a question that gets right to the heart of what it means to connect, to express yourself, and it really speaks to the incredible potential of the tools we have today.
You know, we all have this fundamental need to communicate, right? I mean, to say what we want, to share what we see, and just connect with people. But for some children on the autism spectrum, developing those verbal communication skills can be a really big hurdle. And that's exactly where specialized therapeutic approaches come into play. Okay, so at the heart of many of these therapies is a framework you might have heard of. It's called Applied Behavior Analysis, or ABA for short. Now, this isn't anything new. It's a really well-established science that basically uses the principles of learning to help build useful skills. And here's the kicker. It's inside this exact ABA framework that some of these truly innovative AI tools are starting to make a huge difference.
All right, so to really see how AI is helping here, we first need to get our heads around two key concepts from ABA. Think of them as the basic building blocks of language. They're called mand and tact.
And the difference between them is actually, well, it's beautifully simple when you break it down. A mand is basically a request. So a child says ball because they want the ball. It's totally driven by desire. A tact, on the other hand, is just a label. The child says ball simply because they see the ball. It's not about wanting it, it's about sharing an observation.
So, let's dive a little deeper into manding. This is the skill of asking for something you want or need. Super straightforward, right? It could be saying water when you're thirsty, or open when you want a box of toys. And this is so crucial because it gives a child the power to express their needs directly. And when you can do that, it can really cut down on the frustration that sometimes leads to challenging behaviors. This is functional communication at its absolute core.
And then you've got tacting. Tacting is all about naming the world around you. You see a cat, you say cat. You see a car, you say car. It's that simple. And this is where things get really interesting, because it goes way beyond just getting your needs met. This is about building a vocabulary, it's about sharing your experiences, and really starting to engage in conversation. It's literally how we connect with each other about the world we're all living in.
Okay, so we have these two core communication skills, right? Mand and tact, requesting and labeling. Now, let's bring in the real game changer here, artificial intelligence. So the big question is, how does this incredibly powerful technology fit into this whole picture?
Now, the most important point to get here is this. AI is not here to replace therapists. That's not the goal at all. Think of it more like a powerful assistant. What it can do is provide a learning environment that's incredibly personalized, perfectly consistent, and, get this, it can collect super precise data that helps the actual human therapists refine their approach.
Okay, so let's get practical for a minute. How does an AI program actually help a child learn to request things or label their environment? Let's take a look at how this really works in action.
Okay, so imagine we're teaching a mand, a request. Let's say a child wants to watch a video. They say the target word, open. Instantly, the AI's voice recognition picks up that word, and boom, the system immediately plays the video. That cause and effect, that instant, consistent reward, it's just incredibly powerful for learning.
And this exact same principle is being used in a whole bunch of different tools. For example, there are smart apps that'll pause a favorite song or a video on purpose, creating this perfect, natural moment for the child to ask it to play. That voice recognition we just talked about gives them that immediate reward. And all the while, behind the scenes, the AI is basically a data wizard.
It's tracking every single attempt, giving therapists all this rich information on what's working and what might need a little tweak.
And of course, this same power applies to tacting or labeling. You've got AI that can act like interactive flashcards, giving instant positive feedback when a child correctly names, say, an apple. Some tools even use the camera on a phone or tablet to identify objects in the real world, which is amazing for connecting the word to the actual thing. For kids who are working on speaking more clearly, there's even pronunciation analysis that can give them specific feedback. And some of the really advanced systems are using virtual and augmented reality to let kids practice these skills in totally safe, simulated social settings. Pretty cool, huh?
And here's where the real magic of this approach kind of clicks into place. It creates this amazing, symbiotic relationship. For the child, getting that instant feedback from the AI immediately reinforces what they're learning. For the therapist, that very same feature takes a bit of the load off. They don't have to deliver every single reward themselves. The AI's data collection automatically builds a personalized learning path for the child, and at the same time, it gives the therapist these incredible insights to help guide their overall strategy. It really helps both sides.
So this technology is clearly incredibly powerful. There's no doubt about it. But it's really important that we zoom back out for a second and remember the bigger picture here. Technology is a support system. It's a tool. But connection is and always will be a human thing.
And this quote really says it all, doesn't it? AI is an amazing assistant. It's an incredible tool that can speed up learning in ways we couldn't before. But, and this is a huge but, it can't replace the empathy, the intuition, the essential human bond that a parent or a therapist brings to the table. That relationship, that is the real engine of progress.
Of course, with all this potential, we have to keep some really crucial things in mind. First off, human interaction is just non-negotiable. It's still the most critical piece of the puzzle. Second, every child is different, so these AI programs have to be super personalized. A one-size-fits-all approach just won't work. And finally, and this is a big one, whenever you're talking about collecting data about kids, things like data privacy and ethics have to be the absolute #1 priority. No question.
So the potential here is just undeniable. I mean, tools that can help a child find their voice, that's truly remarkable stuff. But it does leave us with one last big question to think about. As our tools get smarter and smarter, how do we make sure that we're using them in ways that don't just make us more efficient, but that actually make us more human?
Autism Learning Materials Supermarket would like to thank parents, teachers, and interventionists. Please disseminate to relevant people in the autism community so that more and more people can access this authentic and scientific learning resource. To raise awareness in the community, please subscribe to watch the next videos. For any questions, please contact the email below.